What is the mantra? They play tomorrow, correct, against Tampa?
Yes.
Like, obviously, Craig Berube, Austin Matthews, William Nylander, they're trying to win, like the guys that are playing. But does Brad Treliving want them to drop in the standings so that they get a better draft pick? Or, problem is, if top 5 protected, I just don't know if you can get there.
Listen, it's not going to be easy. Like, there's certain teams you're not, quote-unquote, catching. You're not catching Vancouver. I don't think you're catching the Rangers, but the Rangers beat you last night.
That was an uninspired effort. That was weird.
The Leafs were awful last night. But it's not like the Rangers were great. But the Leafs, even after that loss, they're 9 points up on New York.
Yeah.
They're 9 up on Chicago. The team that is currently 5th from the bottom is Winnipeg, and the Leafs are 5 points up on them. That is not out of the realm of possibility.
No.
That with 19 games to go, you lose enough where you drop to 5th. It's possible. Is it likely? Probably not.
Unless you're Chevy. Like, the thing is you get a nick, you're shut down type of thing. Like a little,
yes.
boo-boo.
Well, I think I wonder if Florida's going to do that because Florida's below them.
Right.
And Florida, I believe their first round pick is somewhere, but it's top 10 protected.
Yeah.
Nashville, they still might think they can make the playoffs. That's the weird thing. The Sharks, the Kings, the Preds, they're all around them.
That's a dogfight.
They think they might be able to still get in, so maybe they're still, pushing towards making the playoffs.
Right.
So if you're the Leafs, again, it's not going to be easy to do. It'll certainly not be fun to watch, but it's not out of the realm of possibility they could drop close enough to 5th, where at a minimum you're going to get an all-time sweat for that lottery.
Right.
Like Leaf fans, you talk about sweating it out because there is a legit chance here they either win the lottery and keep the pick or hand over like the 7th pick in the draft to Boston.
Bruins.
Yes. Like that's kind of what they're facing right now.
There's some really good players available. Talking to Craig about the draft. Like, this draft seems to be, it may not be like generational players, but really good players.
Well, and that's where if you get depth in a draft, you got to get back in. You got to get those 2nd-round picks,
right?
3rd-round picks.
Yeah.
Yes, they're not going to play for you in the next 3, maybe 4 years. But what we've learned here is time goes quick, man.
Yeah.
Like, the Leafs will still be playing in 4 or 5 years. Like, we had not an argument. We had a great conversation about the Leafs on the panel today. And, the Matthews stuff, he's struggling right now. Yeah. Like, you got to be able to acknowledge that. They're all struggling, everybody.
Yeah, they're not playing to their capability.
Way down my list in terms of concerns or issues in terms of how they got to this position. But he hasn't played well. Willie's not playing well. Tavares is slowing down. Riley's slowing down. But, for the longest time, it felt like this team, and in a way, the fan base was, so connected to the core 4 and the best players. And there was always this anxiety. Like, are you going to keep them? You got to keep them. What are you going to do? Yeah. What's the contract going to look like? And now you're 10 years in and you have nothing to show for it. Why would you continue with that approach? In other words, why do you feel like you're beholden to Matthews and or Willie to retool or go all in and try to get back into the dance just because they're under contract?
Well,
like, why do you, like, you know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Like, the Leafs are who you're building, not
right.
Matthews and Nylander and their legacy as Leafs.
You're right, but the question that I would ask in retort to that is, if you believe that those are the guys that you can build around.
Which I still do believe they can be a big part of it.
We've answered the question. If you believe that if you're going to reshape, retool, however you want to frame it, around the guys that you have on term, then they're the ones that you want here. I'm not behind the curtain. I'm not sure if they're happy with the culture, with the attitude, the work, all of that type of stuff. That's for Brad Treliving and his management.
And that's two-way street. Maybe the players are looking around saying, what the hell is going on here? So, I don't love this either.
Again, so that type of stuff has to be answered. But if you believe in player X, Y, and Z, then you're moving forward with them and you're trying to get better around them. And that's what Boston did.
Yes.
And,
now they're not ready to win yet, too.
No.
It's going to take some more time.
But, and Boston's kind of hit the ditch a little bit recently to the point where,
Ottawa's kind of on their heels.
Columbus is right there. Like, there's some teams that are sniffing, right? Like, Washington traded John Carlson. That doesn't mean
they're 4 points out.
Yeah, they're not waving the white flag.
Yeah.
They just they traded a legacy player.
Well, and that's, the Matthews angle on this, and we'll talk about it later this afternoon. Willie's got 6 years left on his deal, 7 years deal. Like, he's a very different story. Austin's up in 2. But I think what needs to happen here is you got to go to Matthews in the summer. It's become abundantly clear. And you just have to ask him, are you committed to Toronto? Are you committed to winning here? Because I can't guarantee it's going to happen in the next 2 years.
Right.
The way things are set up right now, I'd be very surprised if they felt they were Cup contenders in the next 2 years. Could be wrong. Things change quickly. Right. This time last year, they thought they were. This year, we're talking about them dropping to bottom 5 in the league. Things change. But as I said today on the panel, it's just you got to get a candid answer. You got to go
all in, then you go, okay, this is what it looks like.
And guess what? If you're obsessed with winning in Toronto, it may take 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Are you up for that?
Right.
Not every player is. I don't know if he would be. Right. I wouldn't blame him if he said, you know what, I don't think that's going to work for me. He'd be entitled to that. But you can't fast forward something if it's not available to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't be like, well, Matt's got 2 years left, so you got to go get Robert Thomas. You better go get this guy. Trade all the picks.
Because
you may lose
take
anyway.
Longer to get there, and he decides halfway through it.
I'm out of here anyway, and then you're in an even deeper hole.
Yeah.
So they've got to have that conversation. I'm sure they will. And there's some heavy lifting here because it has gotten ugly pretty quickly.